Imagine a vast, unending desert landscape punctuated by the ruins of a once grand temple complex. Picture the sun, high and scorching, casting long shadows over the sand. Here in the heart of ancient Egypt, the pharaohs, divine rulers wielding immense power and influence, once held sway. Among them was a figure shrouded in mystery, a woman who defied the odds to rule as pharaoh. Hatshepsut, a name that would become a forgotten chapter in the annals of time, was no ordinary queen. She was a pharaoh, a god on earth, a formidable force whose reign left an indelible mark on the sands of Egypt. Yet, her story, like the desert winds, has often been lost in the sands of time. Just as the desert conceals its secrets beneath shifting dunes, so too has Hatshepsut's life been buried under centuries of history. Such is the mysterious legacy of Hatshepsut, Egypt's forgotten female pharaoh. Born into a lineage of kings, Hatshepsut was destined for greatness. Her father was Thutmose I. She marries her half-brother, Thutmose II, and when he inherited the throne, she became his consort. As both the daughter and wife of pharaohs, her life was steeped in the intoxicating brew of power and privilege. Hatshepsut's education was far from ordinary. She was groomed in the fine arts of statecraft, learned the sacred intricacies of religious rituals, and was even introduced to the gritty realm of military strategy. Yet Hatshepsut was not just a passive observer. From a young age, she was thrust into the political arena during her father's reign. She witnessed firsthand the delicate dance of diplomacy, the subtle machinations of power, and the demanding responsibilities of being a pharaoh. It was a potent mix of experience and learning that would serve her well in the future. This royal upbringing placed her at the center of power and prepared her for a destiny she would seize with both hands. With the death of her husband, Thutmose II, Hatshepsut found herself in the eye of a political storm. The sudden void of power left Egypt in chaos, with a throne now vacant and a young heir, Thutmose III, too green to rule. Hatshepsut, the Dowager Queen, stepped in to steady the rocking boat of state. Initially, she stepped into the role of regent, a temporary placeholder until young Thutmose came of age. But Hatshepsut was not one to merely keep the throne warm. She saw an opportunity and seized it with both hands. With a shrewd mind and a determined heart, she formed strategic alliances, strengthening her position. She promoted herself as pharaoh, a title traditionally reserved for men. She navigated the turbulent waters of political intrigue with the skill of a seasoned sailor, and emerged not only unscathed but triumphant. Hatshepsut was no longer just a queen, she was Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt. In the eyes of her subjects, Hatshepsut was not merely a ruler, but a divine entity. As Pharaoh, she was seen as the embodiment of the sun god Ra, a living god on earth. Now imagine being a woman in a role traditionally held by men in a society steeped in patriarchy. Hatshepsut was swimming against the tide, and she knew it. But did she back down? Not a chance. Instead, she turned to the power of imagery. She adopted masculine attire, embraced the false beard, an emblem of pharaonic power. She associated herself with gods, aligning her image with the likes of the lioness goddess Sekhmet and the falcon god Horus. By doing so, she was saying, I am not just a woman. I am not just a pharaoh. I am a divine being worthy of respect and obedience. Hatshepsut's reign was not just political, it was a divine performance. Under Hatshepsut's rule, Egypt entered a golden age of wealth and architectural grandeur. As pharaoh, Hatshepsut commanded a period of relative peace and prosperity that allowed for the arts and architecture to flourish. She embarked on ambitious building projects that have stood the test of time, including the magnificent mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahri, a true testament to her vision and audacity. Her reign also saw the erection of towering obelisks at Karnak and restoration works throughout Egypt, reflecting her deep reverence for her nation's rich heritage and her commitment to its preservation. But it wasn't just about monumental structures. Hatshepsut also had a keen focus on trade missions, notably the famed expedition to Punt. This mission brought back a bounty of exotic goods from incense to ivory, significantly boosting Egypt's economy and further cementing Hatshepsut's legacy as a savvy economic strategist. Hatshepsut's reign marked a period of peace, prosperity, and architectural brilliance. After Hatshepsut's death, a systematic erasure of her legacy began. Now imagine the sheer audacity it takes to erase someone from history. This is damnatio memoriae, the ancient equivalent of today's cancel culture, but with a much more permanent effect. Thutmose III, her stepson and successor, decided it was time for a historical spring cleaning, and Hatshepsut was the dust to be swept away. The question that boggles the mind is, why? Was it jealousy, a power struggle, or a simple desire to rewrite history? We may never know. The tools of this historical vandalism varied, from defacing statues as if playing a divine game of hide-and-seek, to removing Hatshepsut's cartouches, the ancient Egyptian version of a name tag. Even her reign was omitted from official records, like an unwanted guest at a party. Hatshepsut's legacy was systematically wiped out, her name removed from history. But as we'll see, you can't keep a good pharaoh down for long. For centuries, Hatshepsut's legacy remained shrouded in mystery. Her story, like a puzzle with missing pieces, lay hidden beneath the sands of Egypt. The centuries ticked by, her name lost to the annals of time, until the 19th century rolled around and brought with it a new breed of adventurers, the archaeologists. Among them, Howard Carter, a name synonymous with Egyptian archaeology, played a pivotal role in uncovering Hatshepsut's lost monuments. Yet, their work was akin to trying to read a book with half the pages torn out. The key to understanding Hatshepsut's narrative lay in the mysterious symbols etched in stone, the hieroglyphs. The painstaking task of deciphering these ancient scripts was crucial to piecing together the tale of this forgotten pharaoh. As the hieroglyphs began to yield their secrets, Hatshepsut's story started to take shape. Slowly but surely, Hatshepsut's story began to emerge from the sands of time. With the identification of her mummy, Hatshepsut's existence was finally confirmed. This was not a plot twist in a grainy old horror movie, but a revelation in the real world, thanks to modern scientific techniques. Hatshepsut stepped out from the shadows of obscurity, standing tall and unapologetic, a testament to her indomitable spirit. This is not where her story ends, though. Far from it. Researchers across the globe are engaged in a tireless pursuit to unravel the enigma that she left behind. Every stone turned, every glyph deciphered, brings us a step closer to understanding her reign and its impact on ancient Egypt. What a fascinating journey it has been, and continues to be. Hatshepsut's saga is not just about power, but also about economics and architecture. She was a shrewd strategist, a visionary who left her mark on buildings and trade routes alike. Hatshepsut's enduring legacy continues to inspire, reminding us of the power of defying expectations and achieving greatness. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.
It's London Lee.